Now, Wave 31 Storm Tracker Chief Meteorologist Jeff Castle with 31 Triple Doppler.
All right, so in about 12 hours, things are going to start looking very different.
Yeah, in fact, even before then, we're going to start seeing this come in probably around midnight or so. So, yeah, this time tomorrow morning, a little bit of snow on the ground. Will not be what we saw back in January, but another winter weather threat nonetheless here across the Tennessee Valley. This, once again, is a cross-country winter storm. They've already had issues out to the west from the Central Plains. This is going to dump snow all the way to the mid-Atlantic coast. We're talking portions of North Carolina, Virginia will see it, and you can see the scope of this pretty quick cutoff around the Ohio River Valley where those winter weather alerts are, but they do extend into parts of the south, including here in North Alabama. I mentioned last night at 10 o'clock we probably would get a winter weather advisory for our area, and that indeed came in overnight tonight. Meteorologist Grace Anello had that for you first thing in the morning, as I expected we would see. And this is the latest on it. It does include everyone in North Alabama, southern Middle Tennessee. Kicks in at 9 o'clock this evening. Goes until 11 o'clock tomorrow morning. Is it going to snow that entire time? The answer is no. It's just that that's when we'll start to see some impacts, and then at the very latest, it will be mid-morning tomorrow before we start to see things kind of quiet on down. Here's the latest on my snowfall forecast. Really haven't changed it a lot. I did kind of nudge things a little bit more south as far as where we'll at least get a dusting, but there will still be some of you in the far southern part of the area, much of Coleman County, south of Gunnersville, south of Fort Payne, where you may not end up with much in the way of any accumulation. But around Decatur to Athens to Huntsville, maybe over to Scottsboro, we see a dusting to an inch of snow, and it still looks like northern portions of the area will see the heaviest accumulation. But even here, we're just talking an inch or two around Muscle Shoals and Florence, Lawrenceburg, Pulaski, Fayetteville, and over towards Winchester there in southern Middle Tennessee. So again, this will not be quite what we saw back in January, but nonetheless, when it snows around here, it's a big deal, right? We're going to be watching for the possibility for some slick roadways. I think that'll be the biggest impact. And as we mentioned a little bit earlier in the newscast, Jim Abbott talked about bridges and overpasses, and that's, I think, if we have some problems, where they will be. Ground temperatures are warmer than what we had in January. Road temperatures are also warmer, so it does look like those bridges and overpasses where the colder air can get above and below the road surface is where we may see a few slick spots. So just keep that in mind for later tonight into tomorrow morning. We will see cold temperatures. That's definitely going to be high impact. Highs tomorrow barely above freezing, and we have some very cold nights coming up Wednesday night, Thursday night, well down into the teens. We'll chat more about that coming up in the next 30 minutes. And because we're not really expecting a big threat for freezing rain out of this, looks like limited icing and likely no big concerns with power outages. But of course, we'll watch it all. These things can sometimes be tricky, and we'll let you know if anything is looking different than what we're expecting now as we head into the event tonight. We are quiet for now, though. Wave 31 Triple Doppler, but that will change as early as maybe 11, 12 o'clock tonight. Let's show you the latest with future radar. We'll put it into motion. Here we are at midnight. First flakes starting to show up out towards the shoals around that time frame. And we may initially have maybe a sleet or perhaps a couple rain showers, especially in the southern part of the area. But the latest update here is showing primarily now light snow for most of North Alabama. Now, notice the rain-snow line very close to Coleman. So depending on where that sets up will make a difference as to where we can see some accumulation and where we don't. But definitely here in the north, it is going to be all snowfall. Spreading in through 3 o'clock in the morning for much of the area. We take you towards 6 a.m. tomorrow. Again, that rain-snow line kind of hugging the area close to Coleman over towards Gadsden. Snow to the north, rain to the south, but already starting to see signs that this is coming to an end at daybreak tomorrow. By 9 a.m. on your Wednesday, couple of snow showers or flurries left over, but the steadier snowfall will be over and done with at that point. And then we're just going to stay cloudy and cold for the rest of your Wednesday. Overcast skies at lunchtime tomorrow, and we will likely not see very many breaks, if any, in the cloud cover heading into tomorrow afternoon. North winds will keep us very cold as well. For tonight, down to 29. Again, some light snow developing. North wind at around 6 to 12. Tomorrow, snow ends early. We'll stay cloudy and cold the rest of the day, and only topping out in the mid-30s for your highs. That north wind will continue around 6 to 12. That, of course, will make it feel even colder. Our 31 alert day tonight through tomorrow morning. And then we will see improving weather tomorrow afternoon, likely even a little bit of melting by the end of the day on Wednesday. Wednesday night, though, 15 29, as good as it gets Thursday. 13 Thursday night, back above freezing on Friday, but may not see 40 degrees. It'll stay cold. We do see temperatures moderate a little bit heading into the weekend. Mornings will stay rather cold in the 20s, but afternoon temperatures by Sunday getting back into the 50s. And look at that next week. Hey, it'll just be a distant memory. The cold and the snow getting back to some spring-like hints out there with temperatures well into the 60s, maybe even approaching 70 degrees by the middle of next week.
That seems a little better.
I think so.
Understatement.
It was fun in January because it didn't cause too many problems.
Yeah, it was
we weren't
nice.
stuck in our houses for days on end. But now I think we've had that little hint of spring. I think a lot of us are ready to get back to
Ready
more
to
of
move
that.
on. Just get through tomorrow and then the cold temperatures.
There you go.
Next
And I
week.
do think this will be the last cold snap of this magnitude for the winter season.
All right, I'll take it.
Yeah.
Okay, coming up.